welcome to Ian vs. Doctor Who Season 2 Episode 1 review. Now, you'll probably note I didn't actually view Season 1, or if I did, I can't remember. And I probably should be viewing Yellow Jackets, but this was on when I woke up, so I watched it. I'm a reasonably decent fan of Doctor Who. I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore obsessive. I would say now someone buys the magazine because it's genuinely interesting to read, and has watched... I started watching when Chris Eccleston came in, and then I watched from Matt Smith. Kind of watched some Peter Capaldi and some Joe Whittaker, but I really start getting into this new one. And I was really into it last year. I remember going to the cinema to see the finale, which was not brilliant, to be honest. Like, the experience was great, but the actual episode wasn't fantastic. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I expected a bit more from, like, a cinema showing of it. But I was optimistic after watching Christmas Special last year, which was very, very good. And I was intrigued to watch this first episode, so I've been reading up on it through Doctor Who magazine for months, and Rusty Davies has been hyping it like a madman, as he does, and oh boy, this episode's going to piss a lot of people off, and in some ways rightly so, because some of those people are generally the worst, safe entitled people, men mainly, who feel entitled, and there's sort of people I always see in the Facebook groups for Doctor Who chat, where they just say it's too woke, it needs to be cancelled, it's this and that. And I mean, like, I disagree, because I don't think that sort of statement shows any sort of media literacy in the first place. But I always think it's dumb, because Rusty Davies thrives on riling those sort of people up. So more they complain, more they're going to get riled up. I shout, there's going to be spoilers, by the way. I'll put it in the tagline. But if you don't want to listen and don't want to be spoiled, well, you shouldn't be watching this video anyway. But I'll make sure a spoilers warning in there. Anyway, spoilers are coming from the next 5 seconds. So, this episode destroys the toxic idea of the incel movement online, who feel entitled to women and power and all of that, with Captain Vallon, who is a complete and utter arsehole from the first time we see him. And a lot of people be like, well, he ain't so bad. He's not. I mean, he is. He's a real arsehole. And the episode proper focuses on Belinda, who is taken to another planet because she is their queen. And as we find out later on, from usual Rusty Davies style, the bits at the beginning tie into bits at the end. So obviously, I wouldn't even say it's so much a twist, because it was like, yeah, it makes sense. But it's more a case of like, oh, okay, yeah, you're really going for the juggler here. The thing I say most about this episode, though, is I think it's good, but it strikes me as being, and this is an actual critique, this isn't like a woke nonsense, some stupid thing that someone like Elon Musk would say. No, this is a genuine critique. This show has started rushing through things, and I noticed it last year. And it's not awful, because I get the impression they want to keep things moving, they want to hit the ground running. But it means we get lines like, Alan, you moved 16 years ago. And it's like, so, okay, like, they were together for a year, because it's 17 years ago. They would call it, had their moment. And it's little things like that, where it's sort of like, so there's an entire story in that year. The Doctor bonds with one people he meets on a planet named Sasha 55, and they were hanging out for 6 months. And in fact, this is in Christmas Special too, where they spend two characters, Doctor Who befriends someone who runs that hotel for a year, and they have all these adventures, and it's sort of skimmed over, and it just makes you think, like, now we've got to the point where we can't slow down, and it feels like it might be part of the overarching story arc of this Doctor, and he can't slow down. But maybe that's a thing about, like, he obviously spent lots of time with Donna in his previous incarnation. This guy wants to run again, but the whole point of the Dave Tennant specials was you need to slow down, and he's speeding up again. And it's like, I don't know, I mean, it's a bit weird. And I think it also means that we get so many potentially cool characters, and they just vanish immediately. And I'm wondering if maybe that's the episode count, or maybe it's the fact that some of these episodes feel like 2 parts put into 1 part. No, it's not so it's bad. I actually really enjoyed this. I thought design of robots was fantastic. I thought the Doctor's great as always. I mean, it's just every actor who plays the Doctor seems to do a really good job on their own merits. Yes, even Jodie Whittaker she was great as the Doctor, and Shoot is great too. If I got his name wrong, I do apologise. I'm pretty sure it's said like that, but if it's not, just leave comment and tell me I'm an idiot and let me know how to say it, and I'll say it properly next time. And yeah, Belinda's a really interesting new character. Mrs. Flood shows up, which is interesting. But Belinda's a great character too, because having worked in the NHS and seeing how hard nurses work, I do like, it might seem some people like, oh, you're being woke again, but I do like the idea of them pointing out how awesome nurses are, because it's an incredibly difficult job, and it's not just supporting doctors, they literally are people who provide an invaluable service and look after patients in ways that doctors can't look after patients. And it's something which does need to be cherished, I think. And I love the fact Belinda's like, okay, she's on this planet, doctor's trying to solve the dilemma, and she's like, well, I'm going to hit these people here. And also, I like the fact that she gives the doctor shit. That's good. There's none of this, like, I won't be your sidekick. Like, I'm a nurse. Fuck you. Like, it's good. What isn't so good? I mean, I think the fact that we've got, I know this age of TV, I get it. And for a long time, it's been about the mystery, but in some ways, it'd be nice to just have the Doctor with a companion, and they're just going places and doing things, and there's no like big sweeping mystery. That'd be cool. I think that'd be a nice change of pace. I don't know if we're ever going to get that again, but because like all this mystery, because Belinda's like, she doesn't seem to give a shit. She's like, I just want to go home. And I think the idea, just the fact that for some reason they can't get home, they could think some techno-battle reason for that, but her getting home could be the story arc instead of all I know it's part of the mystery and all of that, but just the time TARDIS is malfunctioning or something, I don't know, and they're stuck bouncing place to place, and then they get home, and then you can do the emotional story arc. But that's not hip enough TV nowadays. What I would say is I did enjoy this episode, and I'd probably go for, I don't do like 0.5s anymore, so I'd go for 3 out of 5. Enjoyed it, but not quite excellent and not quite fantastic. But a good episode, good start, and unless you generally are an idiot who believes in stupid concepts like woke mind virus, you'll probably enjoy it. Anyway, I'll see you next weekend for my review of episode 2, and I'm sure I'll review Yellow Jackets at some point. I don't know when, but okay, bye.